In today's video, I'm gonna share with you how you can save hundreds of dollars every single month as a hairstylist in the salon. And these aren't like basic tips like start bringing your own lunch or stop drinking coffee. These are real, simple adjustments that you can make every single month to help you save more and make more. What's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is our first time hanging out, my name is Jamie Dana and I help hairstylists and salon owners just like you make more money in the salon through their Instagram content and through their finances. So I don't know if you feel it, but things in the salon feel a little bit different lately. From inflation on our products to our colors and tools just costing so much more than they ever did, and clients coming in less and less or rescheduling and canceling left and right, it can be a really hard time to be a hairstylist or salon owner right now. And as a hairstylist or salon owner, you're probably being a lot more mindful about how you spend your money and maybe even cutting back on things that you used to spend a lot of money on. And trust me, I get it. So I thought it would be a really good idea to create a video on how you can have practical ways to actually save money in the salon without sacrificing the client experience. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you a final hack about how hairstylists like you are actually staying top of mind and getting more clients online without spending more money. So you're definitely gonna wanna stay tuned till the end to find out that one. But before we jump into the hacks, let's first talk a little bit about traditional financial advice for hairstylists or even salon owners. So you might not know this about me, but I am literally obsessed with learning about finances. So whether this is in my personal life or my business, I have been obsessed with finances. Like I actually nerd out about it. And I know that that's probably not super common for most hairstylists because it can be a lot, right? Numbers and math and spreadsheets and Excel and all of the things and formulas. Like it is so much, but it is something that I absolutely love. And in fact, little side note, if you want me to create more videos about finances, whether again, personal life or business, let me know in the comments and let me know like what you need help with or need support in, and I can create more content like that. But if we start to go back to that old school financial advice, you probably have heard, especially if you're a millennial, that if you want to buy a house one day, you should just stop drinking coffee. And here's the thing, there is a lot of other reasons why us, especially my generation as a millennial, are not able to afford a house, and it's not because I'm drinking a coffee or purchasing a coffee here and there throughout my week. While yes, I do agree that you should do a financial audit of where you're spending your money, not only in your personal life, but also in your business. And of course, doing things like door dashing lunch every day or buying a really expensive coffee, of course those things are going to add up, but obviously there is just so much more that goes into it. Now, I am a huge fan of the author and educator Ramit Sethi, and he is the author of the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And in his book and podcast, he talks about the concept of money dials. And basically, you're going to dial up on the things that you absolutely love and that bring joy to your life and actually make your life more fulfilling, and dial back on the things that you don't love or don't bring joy to your life. He says, cut those costs mercilessly. And I truly believe that the same concept can be applied into the salon as well. Now, one of the things that I find the most important when we're talking about how to save money and how to cut back on cost is we still have to talk about the client experience. While saving money is great, but if you're compromising on the client experience, that is not great either. Now, I've actually seen a couple reels going around lately, which actually inspired this YouTube video. And one of their tips was talking about just continue to use your old tools instead of buying new ones. So things like clips, brushes, bowls, all of that stuff. But what they were showing is they were actually using old stained color brushes and bowls that looked dirty and clips that did not look clean at all just because they were stained and very old. And that is not great for the client experience. Think about it this way. If you were a client sitting down in your chair for the first time and you saw a stylist pull out a really gross looking clip or a dirty color brush or a bowl that just had stains all over, you're not gonna feel very good about that experience. And chances are you might also feel that the entire rest of the salon is dirty. This also goes for things like towels with holes in them or capes that are cut up or stained. We wanna make sure that we're also keeping that in mind when we're thinking about where we can save money and areas that maybe we should invest a bit more. And I am a huge believer in swapping out and replacing some of those old or stained tools about every 6 months so that you can keep the client experience looking good without overspending. So in today's video, I'm gonna be taking you to 3 different locations and sharing with you some different hacks that I have used over the years to save literally hundreds of dollars every month. And these are so simple, you can literally implement them right away. So let's head over to the first location. So I am here at my local Cosmoprof, or beauty supply store. And I don't know about you, but so many times I have gone into the store to buy color or products that I need, or even things for retail. And obviously we need those things to run our business. We need color for our clients. We might need some supplies. We might even need some products to sell for retail. So those are things that we obviously need to buy. And of course, it's always a good idea to make sure that you're taking inventory and that you actually need those products and not just buying things to buy things. But one of the things that would always happen to me is I would be in the supply section and I would see all of the super cute new tools and foils and collections that have just come out. And so of course I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this box of foils. I have to add it to my cart. Or, oh my gosh, I need some clips. Or, oh my gosh, that brush is just so cute. I have to get it. And this is an area where our costs can really start to add up. So there are a couple different questions that I ask myself before I decide to invest in a new collection. And yes, I use the word invest because buying tools are an investment in your business. So the first question that I ask myself is A, does this fit my personal brand? And does it fit the brand of the salon? Is this something that when I see it screams, oh my gosh, Jamie, this is you? The second question is this something that's going to elevate my client experience? Is this going to make it better for my clients and something that they are going to really notice? And the third question is this something that I actually need right now? Again, how many times have we bought those clips, those brushes, those foils when we didn't actually really need them? We only bought them because we liked the cute pattern or it was a new collection that came out. So next time you're walking in the store and you see a super cute collection, ask yourself, does it fit those 3 things? And if the answer is yes, then I say go for it. It's fun to have those new pieces that really just elevate your client experience, feel like your vibe, and it's something that you need anyways, so go ahead and get it. Now, personally for me, I actually made a rule for myself where I get to purchase 2 to 3 new collections a year, and that's it. And again, these are like investments. So I look at them as if I need new color brushes, I wanna make sure that I'm investing in ones that I really love and not just buying the ones because I think that they're cute in the moment. And if you start to think about your collections as I only get 2 to 3 a year, then you're more intentional about what you're purchasing. And again, it's really going to add to your entire overall brand and customer experience behind the chair. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys like an example of something that I'm talking about. So I saw this brush collection and I need some new color brushes. So this one comes with 3 and this is absolutely my brand and my vibe. So these would be ones that I would think about investing in. Same thing with the matching clips. Now I have a collection and they go together and it's just going to instantly feel more branded when I'm in my salon working on a client. They also had this brush, which is slightly different color palette, but it still felt like my brand. And I'm not gonna be buying a brush very often. I'm gonna buy it maybe, like I said, once or twice a year. So this is one that I think that I would invest in and again, fits the vibe. And I also saw that they had these bowls. Now, if you remember, these are actually very similar to the bowls that I did with Framar when we did my collaboration with Framar. And in fact, if you haven't seen that entire docuseries, go ahead and check that out. It is a good watch. I have an entire playlist of the entire docuseries of creating a collection with Framar. But these are very similar to the bowls that we created for them. And so for me, I might buy these because this is going to be an investment. And again, I'm not buying bowls very often. But at one of our other stops, I'm going to share with you another hack that I like for getting bowls. But this is just a really great option as well. For someone like me, this would fit my vibe, fit the salon, and it would be something that I would invest in. Okay, so we are done shopping here and we're gonna head over to the next location where I'm gonna share with you my next favorite hack for saving money.
Okay, so we just came to a warehouse store. This is my local Smart and Final, but doesn't really matter. Any kind of like warehouse store that has a lot of like supplies and things should have what we're looking for next. And basically that is plain aluminum foil. So back in the day before foils were a thing and cute foils were a thing, I actually used to buy my foil here. And the reason why was not only did they have the short foils, but they had longer foils. And I like to call these burrito foils. And if you've watched my YouTube videos for a long time, you know that I used to use burrito foils and just tear them in half. And so you can actually save a lot of money because not only do they have different sizes, different types, but the cost is a lot less and you get a ton more. So let me show you my favorites. Okay, so this is the regular size and you get 500 sheets in here, but technically you get 1,000 because you're gonna split these in half. And this is priced at $12.99. Now, a box of foils in Cosmoprof or any other beauty supply is going to be anywhere from $20 to $25 and you only get 500 pop-up sheets. So this, you're getting double the amount for a lot less of the price. Now, of course, it doesn't look as cute, but these foils work just as good. Okay, and this is my second favorite. These are the big bad boys. These are the ones that I like to call the burrito foils. These are 12 inches long, and again, you get 500 of them, but if you split that in half, that's 1,000, and this is only $16.99. Now, of course, obviously, it could be different at your store, different places around the country or around the world, but this is a really great option if you want those longer foils, but at a lot cheaper of a price. And they also have the plastic food wrap for some of those of you who use that for like things like balayage. I've used this for years too, and it is $5.49. So this is also a really great option if you're not into using foils or you just want another alternative. So obviously you're not going to get the cute patterns and fun colors and all of that stuff, but these foils work just fine. And personally for me, I actually really like this brand. The quality is great. In fact, I just love how they feel in the hair. They grip really well. And then I actually like them better than the Reynolds foils. So for me, it has always been a great solution and helped me save a little bit of money when I'm trying to cut costs in the salon. Really, clients don't care that much. Of course, they love the fun, fancy foils, but ultimately we're about saving money here. So yeah. Also, little side note, it is always a little awkward to film in person, especially in a store like this, because there's always people walking by and they're always looking at me and I'm always like, yeah, just do my thing. So now that we are wrapped up here, let's go to our last stop. And this is by far my favorite stop to talk about my last and final hack. Okay, so we are here at the final location, and my favorite hack for how to save money as a hairstylist is going to the thrift store and finding cute bowls that you can use for your color. Now, I don't know about you, but I love to use glass bowls. It just feels like it elevates the client experience, and if you go to a thrift shop, you can actually find them for really reasonable prices, and they hold up because they're made of glass. So I'm gonna show you what I actually found today. Now, the key with finding really good stuff at the thrift shop is you have to dig, especially when it comes to things in like this section. A lot of stuff is like hidden back there, so you got to kind of move stuff around and dig, and chances are you'll probably find a little gem in there. Like for instance, I see a bowl back here that is actually kind of cool, but you wouldn't have never seen it in the back there. So just got to find them. So I wanted just to give you an example of some bowls that I actually found today. So I found a set of 3 of these ones, and they're priced at $1.99 each, so $2, and these would be great. And ultimately, you don't need to have that many bowls as a hairstylist. 2, 3 is usually good, so I usually look for ones that have sets of 2 or 3, but I found these and I thought that they were pretty cute. And I also found a set of clear bowls. These ones are glass, so they're really nice. These are priced at $2.99 for 4 of them, and they're a little bit smaller, so they're great for things like toners or just like a quick gloss. I like to have these ones, and just in case you're wondering, will they stain? No, they will not. This is also another set of glass bowls. Now these ones kind of have like a little print on them, but it's a set of 3 for $2.99, so literally $1 each. And again, this is like a great size for things like toners or even just mixing up color, and it's not going to stain, which is great. And lastly, I found these two, which I actually have one of these bowls. So I'm not sure where it came from, but this is also $1.99 each, so $2. It's a set of two. It's really cute because it's like white on the inside and kind of this tan on the outside. Super high quality, and is great for things like lighteners. Now, all that to be said, I probably wouldn't put a permanent color in a bowl like this. You can put a permanent color in a glass bowl because it's not going to stain, but sometimes these ones do stain, so you have to test it first. But lighteners, I use these for lighteners all the time, and it just really elevates that client experience. And for $4, it really just makes a big difference. So obviously, as you can tell, bowls are one of my favorite things that I look for in the thrift shop anytime I'm looking for things in the salon. But there are actually a lot more other items that you can find in a thrift shop that can be repurposed into items for the salon. So these are some other items that I always look for. The first one is anything that could be a brush holder. So this is a great way to organize your color brushes. And because things like this are pretty inexpensive, it's okay if it gets a little stained or it gets a little bit dirty after a while. You can just replace it. So I found this one, which is kind of cute because it had two different levels, got like a little bamboo vibe. I also found this one, which is a little bit bigger, depending on how many color brushes you have. These were both $4. And again, instead of just having your color brushes in a drawer, you can actually put them in something like this. It almost kind of becomes like a little bouquet, and you can display your clean, pretty brushes, and it just makes it feel a little bit nicer and more elevated. I also love to look for little accessories that I can use on my station. So this was like a little vase. I also found this cute little candle for $1.50. This could be so cute on someone's station. I also found this mirrored tray. Now it is a little broken, so I wouldn't buy this, but something like this is great for your station. You could put products on it. You could put your shears on it. You could display your brushes on it, but it kind of just dresses up a station or even just a small area in your salon or salon suite if you have that as well.
So as you can see from all of those different examples, cutting back your cost while elevating your client experience doesn't have to be that hard. Now, some of my other favorite tips to save money in the salon are things like using reusable gloves instead of just one-use gloves. Now, of course, not only is this more cost effective, but it is way better for the environment and for our planet too. And in fact, when I was working in the salon 5 days a week, my gloves that were reusable usually lasted anywhere from a couple weeks to sometimes even up to a couple months if you take good care of them. So just make sure that you're drying them out, clean them off, and they'll continue to work over and over again versus throwing them out after every client. You can literally buy a box of them that will last you so much longer than a box of traditional gloves. Another tip is to buy in bulk, but not buy in bulk by yourself, buy in bulk with friends. Partner with a coworker or another stylist in a suite down the hall for things like color, products, towels, anything that you have to buy a lot of, you can usually buy in bulk and get a discount and sometimes get some extra little bonuses from the companies. This way you get the discount without the storage overwhelm. Next up is refill versus rebuying products. A lot of times companies nowadays have things that you can actually use to refill things like your back bar products, whether it's the shampoo and conditioner, deep conditioners at the back bar at the shampoo area, or even products that you're using for your styling. A lot of these companies are trying to be more sustainable, so they offer more product in a refill container that you can use to refill what you already have going. Again, saving money and better for the planet too. Now, this next one was one that I actually implemented when I was an assistant and brand new stylist in the salon. And it's use your cash tips to eat out lunch or buy yourself coffee. Now, I made it a rule for myself when I was first starting in the salon that if I didn't make a cash tip, then I couldn't buy lunch out or I couldn't buy myself a coffee. So if I got a cash tip, it was like a little reward and I could go buy that. But if I didn't have that, then I just couldn't that day. And I instead would have a coffee at the salon or I would have a lunch already pre-made. Now, this might be a rule that might not work for you, but it was something that just kind of helped me stay accountable and again, made sure that I wasn't overspending on things like lunch and coffee. And lastly, don't invest in a bunch of social media apps or templates that you're just not going to use. I talk to hairstylists all the time who have downloaded a specific app or they're paying for a premium service that they're just not using. And obviously things like that can be super helpful if you're using them, but if you're not using them, it can really add up. So instead, do a little audit of things that you actually are using and make sure that it is gonna be something that helps you grow your business. So here's the thing, you don't have to spend a ton of extra money to run a successful and profitable business that has an amazing client experience. But you do need to stay visible, especially during seasons like this where things are maybe slower or clients are coming in less and less than they used to before. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when it's really slow in the salon or we've gotten a lot of cancellations or clients are rescheduling more, we tend to pull back on the things that actually work for us. And we stop posting on Instagram or we stop asking for referrals. We just start to pull back on our business in general. And if you've been thinking, I know I need to post on Instagram, but I'm too tired, or I don't wanna come up with any other ideas, it just like isn't there for me, I actually created something specifically for you that's gonna help you save money too. It's called the Social Suite membership, and it gives you everything you need to consistently post on Instagram without having to come up with the content on your own. So even when your motivation just like isn't there or money feels really tight, the Social Suite is going to give you everything you need to post on Instagram every month, including an entire content calendar where you literally copy and paste the content into Instagram and you can post in less than like 1 minute. It's gonna give you pre-written captions, photos, videos, real ideas, templates, and everything you need so that you don't have to do it on your own. And the best part is you can try your first month for only $1. That's right, your first 30 days of content created for you for literally $1. And in fact, we have had stylists who got a brand new client within the first week of using the Social Suite membership. And if you think about just that client, even on the first appointment, that could be anywhere from $100 to $200 for their first appointment, and then their lifetime value over the course of them being a client for you. $1 could turn into so much more money for you. If you want to check it out, you can click the link down below in the description box, and I will make sure that you get your first 30 days for just $1. So I hope that this video was helpful for you as you learned how you can easily make these simple adjustments to save hundreds of dollars every single month in the salon. And I'd love to know which one of these you are going to implement this month. So go ahead and leave me a comment letting me know which hack you are going to try to save money this month. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. I'll see you next time.